was going to talk to you the way that I've been talking to you through my notes, but for a while they're just really personal, like not personal, but things that I was working through, like the relationship between how to breathe up and back, how to engage the abdominals pulling back on the exhale, which for me was very challenging. How to feel this spot in particular for me was very transformative. But what I decided I should do instead was show you the effects of that kind of realizations. So when you're unable to feel your body, you don't really know how to stretch. But if you can feel your body, it doesn't matter if you're really feeling tight or not tight. As soon as you have been doing something, walking, sitting, yoga, for a long time, your body needs to change its setting, its mindset. And I think the intuition is like, oh, well, I'm changing tracks, I'm gonna take a break, let me get something, let me do something, let me make tea, let me go for a walk. But sometimes just moving the energy in a way that opens up your breath is so magical. So what I would do for those situations, you've done something for an hour or two, I immediately forward fold. For me, the most restorative thing. When you're doing a forward fold, you really want to feel into the heels, for me. Probably for you too. If you are tight in the hamstrings, I think most people are. Can you see my feet? If you're tight in the hamstrings, then you bend the knees a little bit, no worries. But what you do want to do is start to lift your lower belly up. And start to feel where your lumbar spine is and lift from there up. At the same time, reaching the back line down. Now, depending on how your arms feel, it could feel very good to press them forward, to push into the shins. Usually when I come in from a long walk, which is what I just did, I was at the farmer's market, I would do something like this, and then I would also bring my hands into my pelvis and feel the angling of the pelvis itself, and notice how I can change, recalibrate, create some balance there. For you, if your chest is tight, if your shoulders are tight, it's going to be really important to start pulling your shoulders back. In a class setting, I always have people start by trying to press their fingers together, their palms together in a forward fold. Here, it's so easy for me to be in the psoas and move in and lean the hips back. So what I've been working and training is pulling my weight more forward and feeling the transverse arch of each foot. So almost no weight in the toes, pressing down with the heels with strength, and then consciously working the outer and inner feet, making a bit of an inner arch, and leaning forward into that. And what that does is it relaxes your lumbar spine, which creates a lot of space. And then, so when you breathe, you already have a lot of good space in your upper back. And what you need is a bit of tone in your abdominals to get really nice breathing. So when you breathe in, you can pull up, you can pull back, you can feel looser, especially in the shoulders. If your shoulders are tight, your ribs don't expand with the breath. So as you breathe in, you can draw up, you can draw back. This is super important if you're doing Ujjayi breath. And then the other nice thing is if you're just breathing to change pace, to come back into your body, then you can use your hands. I think it's so important to be able to feel your body literally and notice where the muscles are tight, where they're lifted. If you tend to cross one leg over the other, probably your abdominals are a little bit to one side or the other. And you can feel how the ribs respond if you can breathe your ribs more open, side to side. And then a lot of what I was writing notes on is upper back, heart to throat, the sounds, the tone, the timbre of your rhythm, the mood, how practices create change. I was probably just feeling a lot of emotions, honestly. And so when you're breathing now, you can breathe your feelings, but try to breathe into your back and try to breathe into the lumbar back, and then see if you can lift and pull back at the same time. That's what I've been working on. I hope that's interesting and helpful in your breathing and your practice, and that's it.